Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I Heart Aries. My name is Chelsea and this is a channel where we do all Aries readings. And today I'm going to be doing the next 48 for the Aries collective. This is the energy that is going to be coming towards you. You will be embodying here things that will be coming up in the next 48 hours. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Let me tell you, I've been meditating over this energy for literally probably about 20 minutes now because it's so profound. It's such a powerful message here that is coming up here for somebody who is a little bit stuck. I was almost chuckling to myself because it's like you could take out a notebook or a notepad right now and literally have some actionable steps by the time we're done with this intro of this reading, because Spirit was coming through strong, like really strong, about the steps that somebody needs to take in order to step into this new role that you were creating for yourself, or the vision that you have received, right? To start something new, but the fear is kind of keeping you stuck. Okay. I feel like this is a message that is always going to come out because it's helping someone expand and move forward, and then also step into your abundance. Children. Okay. Step into your abundance. Y'all probably didn't hear that when my child just slammed something now. Step into your abundance, your power. Which is an abundant life, okay? Knowing that you're not cut off from it, knowing that, you don't have to be worthy of it because you already are worthy, right? Any more worthy than you already are. And just knowing that it was already put in place for you to have, right? I think we all equate, riches, wealth, abundance in all forms as a lot of work when in actuality it is your birthright. And I think the collective has an issue claiming that, stepping into that power, because we're always looking to the left or the right of us at somebody else and thinking, well, there's a reason I don't have that. They have it because they're this or they're chosen and this and that, and I feel like the thing with the chosen ones is that there are, and I would say I don't know, subscribe to chosen ones, because I don't think that people should think that there's certain people who were just chosen to be wealthy or just chosen to be more successful. Don't believe that. I believe that there are chosen ones here who are sent to this earth to be messengers to help everybody get to that abundance. I feel like everybody can be abundant. It's just your mindset that has to change. Okay. So all right, so let's get into this message. All right, Holy Spirit, Spirit guides and angels, please allow me to deliver a clear message here for the Aries Collective. So I pulled these cards. This deck here has been on my mind all day. I've been ripping and running and running and ripping today. I had to take a spiritual bath before I even began reading, just because of all the energy that I collected throughout the day. But this deck's been on my mind all day. And the card that actually kept popping out to me, it was self-care. So maybe somebody needs to prioritize their self-care this weekend, okay? But nonetheless, here are the cards here. So we have guilt was the first card out. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth, okay? It could be a guilt about a situation or a guilt about feeling like you should be further than where you are at, but this is about releasing belief systems that have gotten you where you are right now, and maybe belief systems that are keeping you stuck where you are at right now. Okay. So that's the first thing here that somebody needs to do. They need to examine, what are your belief systems around success? Okay. What are your belief systems around moving forward? What are your belief systems around having a good partner in a relationship? Okay. Do you feel like there is karma that needs to play out before you can get what you desire? Which I can tell you right now, there's not. There's some good meditations on releasing ancestral karma as well. Okay. So that's another thing. But anyways, so what beliefs that you have wound up around what your goals or your manifestations that are keeping you stuck? That's the first thing. That's usually the greatest thing that keeps us from moving forward. Okay. So it's number one. Number two, this card always comes out in any reading that I do, and it's gratitude. Okay. Because you cannot receive more. You cannot receive the thing that you desire without first being grateful for even your existence and this thing that you want to see manifest. You need to be grateful before it even materializes. Okay. Because that's the most powerful way to see it in your reality. It says, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it brings, that it presents. Okay. The next two cards came out on top of each other, and it is spontaneity and freedom. Okay. You move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. And then freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And let me tell you about this spontaneity card. I always get strong energy from this card. I feel like this is just Chelsea speaking, okay? But I always feel like if an Aries does not, and I know that that's very sometimes it can be generalized, even if we are reserved as an Aries, but a lot of us, most of us have this ability to do things that others can't. Or, that we may have fear around certain things that are really close to our heart, but there are some things that other people will be deadly afraid of, and we'll just be like, okay, this is nothing. Or, maybe speaking up or speaking out or jumping to do something, or, and I just feel like if there is something here where you're always, let me just say this, not all the time, because there's a lot of things that I won't jump to do. I mean, I've jumped out of a plane, but there's some things that I won't either that are scary. But for the most part, if you're finding yourself always in this crippled type of energy where you feel like you can't move, and sometimes that's due to past trauma, sometimes that's due to, things that have happened along your life, all right? I feel like there's an imbalance that you have to kind of examine, okay? If you're always finding yourself afraid to take a leap, okay, there may be something that you need to examine, and that might be back to the guilt card where there's some sort of imbalance. Okay. There's a lot of things that you could be afraid of. There's a lot of fear, that is fear mongering and things that go on in this world, but there are certain things to where your passion and your desire for something usually gives you that amplified energy to do something. And I feel like for whoever I'm speaking to, you need to tap into that a little bit more. Okay. Just literally jumping in this like full energy with your eyes closed. Okay. Because it only takes one time. It only takes one time to do something spontaneously and see how good it feels, how much it pushes you forward to really get addicted to that energy. And then you're always taking chances. You're always taking risks. Even the most successful people who are risk takers, that very first time that they had to do it was probably scary as hell. Okay. But you need to find a way here. And like I said, there may be some sort of imbalance here that you kind of need to examine about why the belief system, why it's hard for you to take those spontaneous chances or even a small risk. Okay. It says, I possess I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. There's someone here, and I'm gonna stop right here because even through meditation, I was getting that there's someone who just feels stuck a lot of the times, especially even when it comes to things that they love and they, that are really near and dear to their heart. It's like this crippling anxiety that someone is getting when it's time to take action. Okay. But then we have the past. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations. Okay. This is number 5. This is the thing that holds a lot of people back, living in the past. Okay. It says you release any stagnant situations of energy in order to transform your heart space. This card here of the past, it's not just about, the past. It's about doing the work. Okay. It's about doing the work. One statement I really don't like, it's just me in general, is that time heals all wounds, because it's just very generalized for all wounds, when in reality, sometimes you have to do the work to heal wounds. Just sitting back and just waiting for time to pass so it doesn't hurt as bad. I feel like that's kind of, I don't know, a skewed statement, because sometimes you really have to dig deep and do the work. And it's not always just the work about what somebody else did to you. It's the work about yourself, about why you attracted that into your life. What part of you, what aspect of you attracted that type of person that was going to hurt you or betray you? What part of you or aspect of yourself that you need to change, that you are imbalanced, And just saying that time heals all wounds, I feel like that could be very misleading and keeps people in this waiting energy for just things to just happens sometimes. And it's really about that inner work. And sometimes that inner work is just your belief system. Like really just believing that there is no blockage or there is no restraints or you can do this or you can be happy. Okay. So, and then we have the high priestess. Okay. We have the high priestess is the ancestor message, and it says harness your mystic power. And then for the tarot, we have the moon, we have the empress, and we have the Eight of Wands. Okay. So these three cards here is literally talking about, first of all, doing the work, the subconscious work. Okay. Digging deep into your subconscious here. And also, this is a very intuitive card as well. Listening and tapping into your intuition in order to take action, and also in order to kind of dig up those things, those old belief systems that are kind of buried deep. As you can see, like, what are these things called? Icebergs. Yeah. There's things here. You see the tip is at the top, but underneath there's so much more beneath the surface. And those are the things that really you'd have to go below, you have to go deep in order to come up and come out, the shadow work, right? Then you have this Empress energy. Once you've released yourself from these things in your shadow, some things in your shadow are very good to work with, okay? That's another conversation, right? It's not always just releasing things in your shadow, but also learning how to work with those things. But anyways, so once you've done that, you have this Empress energy. This is about creation. This is about tapping into your divine feminine energy. Okay. Also, the high priestess is divine feminine energy too, using that femininity to create and move forward. And let me tell you this, when I say before you move forward, sometimes you have to be still. Okay. That is the biggest thing. There are so many people who are trying to create things and even abundance from a place of hurt and pain. Okay. From a place of deep wounding, from a place of deep psychological, things that they haven't really dealt with. And even though the Empress is abundance, is attractive, it's creation and things like that, she's also self-care. She's also self-love. She's also healing energy. She's also divine feminine energy here. And so is the high priestess. And I want to say this as well, especially for the men. I'm going to speak to the men for a second. This is very important for your path as well, to tap into this divine feminine energy. In the past, it's been frowned upon to tap into that. And now we're getting you see a lot of these things about, soft boy era and things like that. And I saw a comment the other day, and this girl was like, I'm not really, I hate this, this soft boy era and taking care of men and all of this other stuff. Well, that's not really what it's about, right? Some men will think it's getting flowers and things like that. And sure, right, whatever. If you want to receive flowers, that's up to you. But it's also really really tapping into those places that nobody nurtured you, right? Nurturing yourself, feeling like it's okay to tap into that feminine energy, because a healthy man needs that balance in order to create and also in order to be with a woman. Okay. It's not just about masculine energy. You've noticed women, when you're with a man who just has all that toxic masculinity, there's a lot of things that are unbalanced with them, right? And it's because usually nobody taught them how to tap into that divine feminine energy, which we all need. Okay. Now we have a lot of women and only their masculine energy. So the thing is, I really feel like the collective conversation should be about balance for both genders. Okay. Or whatever you describe yourself as, it should just be about balance. Nobody should be all the way in their feminine and nobody should be all the way in their masculine. But I feel very strongly about that, especially about people who are frowning upon men being in their divine feminine energy, it's actually very important for your growth, for your spiritual growth. It's important for your creativity, okay? And then we get here the Eight of Wands here. Now, the Eight of Wands in the traditional tarot is about messages, right? And this is still messages coming in, but this is inspiration. Once you've taken care of yourself, once you've put yourself in a place of calmness, stillness, okay, you start to get downloads. You start to get inspiration. And Aries is guilty of this, of always being go, 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 work, 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 work. Sometimes we feel comfortable in that energy, right? I know I do. You know, I have to remind myself to take breaks because I just like what I do. So but sometimes I tend to overload, but we need this. We all need this Empress energy. We all need this self-care days or maybe even a fucking week. You know what I'm saying? And you would be surprised by just being in this feminine energy, all of these downloads and these ideas that will start to come to you. Now, I know bills are here and things are high and stuff like that. And so there is a need to keep working because of this society. But if you really tap into that energy of knowing that you're going to be okay and really telling yourself that your self-care is the most important thing, you will not have to work as hard in the long run. Okay. That's the beauty of it. And that's why I feel like society tries to keep people out of this energy. It's always work, 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 and not enough self care. All right. A lot of times the people who are working the less are making the most money. Okay. And it's the busy bees who are worn out and not really able to take care of themselves properly, and their health is failing and they can't afford health care. And you know what I'm saying? So this is very important. But sometimes people can't get here because of here. And that's the part. And that's why we talk about shadow work. Okay. That's why you hear it everywhere, especially now, because a lot of people can't even get to this Empress energy because of all of the things that are buried so deep that they don't want to touch. They don't want to talk about, they don't want to share. They don't want to go there. And I'm telling you, this is the most important thing to start attracting an abundance. All right. This Eight of Wands is continuous flow. Okay, it's continuous flow, but it's continuously flowing because you did these two things first. I'm telling you, it's like a secret recipe. It really is. You have to find the time for these things so you can keep flowing with opportunities. You can keep flowing with ideas. All right. So I just thought that was beautiful. All right. Let's see. Let me read this. Let me read this High Priestess card here for you. All right. Let me see here. So it says, align with the light and focus on all things positive. The High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has had many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar: fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the High Priest. Okay. If you look at them together, you will see they mirror each other's energy. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. All right, let me read the extended message here. And it says, you are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you the guidance that will be important for your growth. Okay. This High Priestess card is about intuition. This Moon card is about intuition. Okay. And the High Priestess card is also about self-care. And the Empress card is also about self-care. Okay. You know what? And I also wanted to read the Moon card because it's a slightly different description than the regular Rider-Waite tarot. Let me see if I can find it in here. Here we have it. Okay. So this is about subconscious and shadow self, your surreal. Abstract and surreal, the moon illuminates our shadow selves, the parts of us that are ruled by the subconscious. They are brought to light by our dreams and fears, often projecting insecurities onto the people and scenarios in our lives. The more aware we become of our unconscious, the more we are able to identify whether we are acting from our irrational thoughts or our conscious minds. Okay, go beyond the surface and dive deep to resolve inner issues. Your intuition will guide you even when it doesn't seem to make any sense. Psychic forces are at play, with illusions unraveling to reveal the truth. It can be hard to decipher between what is real and what is imagination, but it is all connected. Pay close attention to your dreams and listen to your gut instincts. Your weaknesses are also your best strengths. Okay, we always learn from our weaknesses. Um, as I was meditating, and I'm gonna go into the Celtic cross after this. As I was meditating, my spirit guides showed me something. They showed me a person. I'm assuming it was a man. I think it was a man. And it was back in the day. Like it was a Hebrew, I think. He was like dressed like a Hebrew or something like that. Um, and he was pulling something up a mountain. And this, I mean, this is really archaic because I remember the wheels were kind of like a stone. And he was pulling this thing that was made of stone. The wheels are made of stone up a mountain, and he was just exhausted. He was exhausted from pulling, and then he just stopped. And in my vision, when he stopped, he just was like this real force, and then he just popped. He popped from where he was to at the top of the mountain. It was just like an instant pop. And then he was at the top. And then, and then he looked around and he was amazed. And then all of a sudden in my vision, I saw him pop from one mountaintop to the next mountaintop to the next, and he was just popping. And so, and then that's when the message came through. Like my spirit guides explained to me what he was doing. And it says, you can have anything you want with focused attention. And I wrote it down somewhere: focused attention, passion, and heart. Yeah, that's what it is. Focused attention, passion, and heart. And once I got that message, I believe that the guy, like, he manifested himself from that spot to the top of the mountain. And the message too for me though was that he manifests himself to the top of the mountain once he stopped exerting effort, when he stopped struggling to get that thing to the top of the mountain with his own force, and he used his mind. And I feel like he was kind of surprised or shocked at his ability to manifest, because when he got to the top of the mountain, he was kind of like looking around in disbelief, like, oh my goodness, it was that easy. And yeah, I guess that's the message. You could be surprised when you actually rely on your mind and your subconscious, and you stop putting so much effort and force in the physical on yourself, because you'll be working yourself to death. I mean, I'm just going to say it one more time. Your mind is the most powerful thing that you have, the most powerful tool that you have. And yet we still neglect to use it. We use it for the opposite. We use it for worry. We use it for stress. We use it for anxiety. And then we see more things to be worried and stressed and anxious about in our lives, but we never use it for the things that we really want. You have to train yourself, because you've been so conditioned to stress and worry and be anxious for so long. You are going to have to train yourself to use it in the things that you want. But it's once you got it under control, like the guy, he popped from this mountain to this mountain. Once he popped the first time, he was popping all over the place. And that's the message. Once you get good at it one time, good at it one time, that's it. That's all you need. And that's why you need discipline. If you could be disciplined for like 3 months, you will completely change your life. I tell people all the time, I was the most, like, before, like 2019, when I had my transformation and I got in like 4 car accidents in 3 months. I'm telling you, I was the most pessimistic person ever. I used to, my way of thinking was, if I prepare for the worst, then I'll be prepared. But guess what? Every time I prepared for the worst happened. And I had to literally will myself into a positive thinking. And it was difficult at first, but I literally had to catch every thought. But I was so intentional about it. every time my mind, it's a very hard thing to do, but it didn't take that long. And honestly, I just remember one day waking up and just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just different. In the doing it, in the consistency, in the discipline, you don't really think about it. And one day you will wake up and you will just be different. And then now I'm speaking positivity in other people, and helping other people change their lives. And it only took a few months of discipline. It'll be the most rewarding thing that you ever do. But the thing is, you have to do it. You have to set some time. You have to break away from your routine. Remember, at one point, I wasn't even listening, to the radio anymore. I was constantly just listening to Abraham Hicks, constantly listening to Neville Goddard, constantly listening to what's the man's name? Earl, all of that. And I just realized, I'm like, I'm not even listening to music anymore. Like, I was just pouring into my mind. You have to ask yourself, you know, how much does your goal mean to you? How much is it worth it for you to have the thing that you want? Because if you're not willing to sacrifice, if you're not willing to be disciplined, then maybe it's not the thing that's for you. Right? That's a whole reading right there. So I know you guys still want the Celtic cross. If you've stayed here this long, I'm going to give it to you. So let's see here what comes out. Let's see what comes out here for Aries. When your pug gives you that pug stare. Let's see here. What do we have for Aries? Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Holy Spirit, Spirit guides and angels, please let me get the right message here for the Aries collective. I just bought a new bed for them upstairs because I know they always like to come lay up here when I'm doing the readings. Bruno has claimed it, and Pugsley is like, where am I about to fit? Pugsley usually doesn't come up here. He stays down unless he's hungry. All right, let's see here. What do we have here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Spirit, what does Aries need to know right now? What does Aries need to know? Two of Swords, okay? And the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Two of Swords. Somebody cannot move forward. And I feel like it's because, it's the question of, there's a lot of questions, right? This Two of Swords is indecision. Okay, so there's somebody must be going through a lot of different questions. Are you doing it right? Some of you, this is really the right path. People always ask, am I on the right path? Am I on the right path? Let me tell you a secret. You are always on the right path. Okay, so that'll save your money when you're paying for a mini reading or anything. You're always on the right path. Your question should be, what am I supposed to learn? Because that is what's going to allow you to move forward and get unstuck. Okay, with the Ace of Swords here, that's what's going to give you the clarity. Not are you on the right path? We're all on the right path. Okay, honestly, we are. If you think about, a hardened criminal who had to do 20 years, he had to go through that in order to continue on his path. So it's not about whether or not you're on the right path. It's what are you learning while you're at where you're at. Okay, let me see here. Look at that. Empress came out again. So you got the Two of Swords here, and what's crossing or the challenge is the Empress. Somebody is not taking care of themselves enough. When I told you earlier, when I was visualizing this deck, when it came into my mind, I knew I had to use it. The self-care card. The self-care card is what I've seen. It didn't come out, but it's in here. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I promise you I'll be done soon. Please lay down. Pugsley, don't look at me like that. You never come up here. You want to come up here now that Bruno has that bed. What's in here? Watch this. Oh, there it is. Self-love. There it is. Excuse me, says you realize that the love of self is necessary to love another. Okay. So your goal here, if you guys are creating something, which normally you are creating something that is going to help someone else, if your goal, your product, whatever you're doing is to help someone else, you have to ask yourself, are you loving yourself at the highest capacity? Because that is all you can give. You can't give any more than what you're putting into yourself. Okay. And so that could be somebody's blockage here with the Empress card here. It's not just self-love, but it's also rest. It's also allowing yourself to be creative and allowing the soil to be fertile. So that means, what do you need to do in order to have an enriched and fertile soil? Okay. In your life. Okay. Let's see here. What does Aries need to focus on right now? The same cards are coming out. The moon. What does Aries need to focus on? I told you this was the first step. The moon. You can't get around it. I'm telling you right now. You can do all the manifestation tricks you want to do, all the law of attraction techniques you want to do, all of the techniques, all of the books. You can do it all, and you're not going to get anywhere until you deal with this. Okay? You're not going to get, and then you're going to be shocked at how fast you get to the next step once you do this. Okay? With the moon card. Same cards are coming out. Tell us about the past here for Aries. What angel numbers have you guys been seeing? I know that I'm in alignment right now because I have been seeing angel numbers like it's nobody's business. Like, I'm waiting for an angel to come down and literally talk to me right now. I just saw 3111, and which I saw 111. I've been seeing that everywhere. Everywhere you can think, I have been seeing it. I see it on the clock all the time. I've been seeing it on license plate. I've been seeing 111 and 999. Let me know if you guys have been seeing any angel numbers in the comment section. Okay. 999, like it's nobody's business either. You got the Five of Wands. Okay. So in the past position, this is conflict, arguments, drama, unnecessary fights, unnecessary competition. This is like where your mental state was at that you're leaving in the past. Some of you, maybe you're still here. Maybe there's some sort of energy of you getting into arguments or conflicts and drama with people in your life. That is distractions. None of it's important. Who cares who's right or wrong? It's not important. It's slowing you down to your goal. It is a distraction. If you have somebody in your life where you're arguing every day, you're bickering every day, there's always some sort of drama coming up in your life. Let me tell you something. It is not normal to have drama on a consistent basis. Okay. That is one thing that my spirit guides had me clear out. It was so interesting because people will be, they will push that onto you. People always say, well, you're the drama. You're drama. Guess what? My life is so peaceful right now. I have no drama. Okay. So sometimes you have to really weed that out and those people out who are always, because it's a distraction. It's a distraction to the bigger picture in life in general. None of it says important at the end of the day. When you die and you cross over, none of these fucking arguments are going to be important. None of them. Who is right, who is wrong, who was on top, who was on the bottom. None of the shit's important, okay? Like, literally, this is what needs to be left in the past. Anything that is a distraction, anything that is, making you focus on arguments, negativity, and low vibrations, whatever this may be for you, it's going to be different for everybody. This needs to stay in the past. It needs to be left in the past. It needs to stay there. Okay? Arguing and drama and fights is not normal on a consistent basis. Fight for what you believe in. Fight for what's right. But to be constantly bickering and arguing is low vibrational. Okay? And it'll also block, with this Two of Swords, block you from where you're trying to get to. It'll hold you back with the Four of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. Okay? Look at that. Eight of Swords. If you argue with the right person, it'll even bind you. Okay? Bind you to their energy. And stop fighting. Okay, let me just tell you this. Stop fighting for people's attention. If they're making you fight for their attention, that is another reason you need to walk away. Because that's what I just got here with this Five of Wands. Somebody's putting you in competition with another person. They don't love you. Okay, as simple as that. Don't ask me if they're the one. If they're putting you in competition with somebody else, they don't love you. All right. Let's see here. What is crowning Aries? What is your strength? Look at that. The Ace of Swords. Your strength is the ability to overcome and conquer. Aries, look at that. Two victory cards, two success cards. It's going to be the best feeling in the world. It's going to be the best feelings in the world when you have that clarity. And it will come. It will come. If you decide today to start working on that shadow side and you release those things, it's only going to bring clarity. You know, it can't bring anything else. All you'll receive is clarity. You'll know the next move. You'll know the next step, right? Because you'll be so in tune with source. It's like literally hearing someone talk right next to you. And that's what's going to get you on your way. That's what's going to allow you to reach the success. There is a new beginning coming in. It's just somebody is in this foggy confusion state here with this Two of Swords energy. Okay. But this is coming. This is crowning you here with the Ace of Swords. Tell me about the near future for Aries. Five of Cups here and the Five of Swords. Needing to let go of the things that you have lost. Okay. Any regrets, any guilt. Okay, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul growth. And the Five of Swords. Sometimes this can be you, right? Putting yourself in this self-inflicted, problems, issues, mental conflict, all kinds of things. Maybe even, like I said, working too hard to try to obtain a goal. Sometimes this is somebody who was in your life who is always trying to one up you, always trying to win, always trying to beat you, always trying to put you into this pointless competition or arguments. Okay. The Five of Cups is not sadness coming in, but it is also a message here of telling you to let go of the losses. You know what I'm saying? They don't define you. They only make you stronger. Okay. If something had to leave your life, you learn from it and you release it. And right here with the Two of Cups behind this person, there's always a new day. There's always a new opportunity. There's always a new person. There's always a new friend. There's always a new lover. But you're so focused on what was lost, and that's what's going to continue to expand and manifest in your life. Those feelings of loss and hopelessness are what's going to continue to expand and manifest in your life. And then you have no room for the positive things to come in. Okay. So somebody might be about to be going through a full purging of energy, a full purge of this sadness, this whatever is holding you back, whatever this belief is. Oh my God, my back just started itching. All right. Okay. Let's see here. What is Aries advice? What is their energy in? Oh my gosh. I need a back scratcher. You know how the old people, they used to go in the corner of the door and just like my grandma used to do that. I still do it if I can't get my child to scratch my back. Page of Swords. Okay, so this is messages coming in. You have a lot of swords energy here, Aries. Page of Swords here. Learning new skills. You could be receiving some sort of message though as well. Tell me about this Page of Swords energy. New ideas. We have the Seven of Cups here and the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles talks about investments. It may be, something may be taking a long time to come in, but it is going to come once you receive this clarity. I feel like this is tapping into your intuition. Again, this all comes back to this moon energy here. Like there's this, I keep saying fog, but the Seven of Cups is like an illusion of what you're believing about yourself to be true. But I feel like here, clearing out this energy, you will be receiving downloads and messages of truths. This is kind of like learning the truths that you need to know to move forward. They could be from the universe. They could just be the truths about yourself, beliefs that you have built up around yourself. You're letting go and you're focusing on the truths here. But this is definitely receiving some sort of message of truth that is going to allow you to receive these investments that you've put up into yourself, into your business, whatever it is that you're manifesting. Tell me about what's in Aries environment. We got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Sometimes the Nine of Pentacles can be slow growth. This also could be an energy here of, The Nine of Pentacles upright is single, independent. It could also be something coming towards you as far as it's not going to make you single, independent. If this is a person, because this is in your environment, I'm going to clarify this Five of Cups because I feel like this could be somebody who could be draining of your energy, okay? With the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It could be a person or it could be a situation that could be really draining of your energy, slowing down your financial growth, okay, or your abundance. So I'm going to clarify that. Tell me about here, Aries, hopes and fears. Seven of Wands here and the Nine of Cups. Somebody is fearing that what they desire is going to be very difficult to obtain. Like you don't think that you have what it takes to get it. And I think that's what a deep rooted subconscious belief is for somebody, is that you think that it's going to be such a struggle to obtain the thing that you want, that you truly desire. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, which is letting you know that there may be some willpower that is involved, maybe the will of your mind, but it's not going to be difficult and you will have success. Outcomes for Aries. Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles here is the outcome. A lot of you, this is about materialism, material success here. And again, this is also a card of nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself. Also remembering to be generous and giving to others, because that is connected to your abundance. It just is. It just is. All right. Yeah. Also being grounded here. But the Queen of Pentacles is a master of the material world as well. So maybe somebody here needs to kind of like, there are some good books on that as well, of the things that you could do to kind of strengthen that connection. But a lot of it starts with the subconscious. Okay. She's very abundant. She's very nurturing. She's very generous. This is also a successful businesswoman. So I feel like somebody here this is almost like a feeling of somebody feeling doomed before they really even take off or get started in a situation. Let me clarify this Queen of Pentacles too. And I'm going to clarify the Five of Cups. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. There's the Three of Wands. Ooh, and what else? The Six of Wands. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands. We got the Tower, the King of Cups, the Empress, and the Chariot. Yeah, this is about breaking. I was gonna say breaking down your walls, yes, but this is a this is about breaking down your walls, Aries. Okay, um, somebody is carrying with them my mind. Sometimes I'm sorry. Somebody is carrying with them a lot of wounds, a lot of wounding, a lot of things that have hurt you in the past, and yes, you've been taught to protect yourself, not to let certain people back in and things like that. And that's all good and great. But I feel like this Nine of Wands energy is highlighting somebody here who has the guard up, the protective barrier up so high that you're not allowing the good things to come in, the love to come in, the compassion. And I feel like that's why the Tower is here. Okay. You have the Nine of Wands and then the Tower, and then you have the King of Cups, which is love. And then you have the Empress, which is more love and abundance. And then the Chariot here, which is success. So there's a level here of I mean, look, it all is coming back to the moon energy. There's something that somebody is holding on to, very deeply rooted, that is kind of like blocking out the love that needs to come in. Okay. Maybe you've been hurt in the past. Maybe you've been betrayed in the past, but there's an energy of your walls being up really high to the point where it could be blocking your abundance. Okay. How you view people, how you look at people. Honestly, people are generally good. And I know you could look at the news and everything else that's going on in this world and be like, Chelsea, you're tripping. They're not. It's It's things that have conditioned people, right, to make them bad or to operate in that way. And we could go on to days and days and days in that. But for you, Aries, you can't change the world, but you can change yourself. And what you focus on in another, in people, and the people around you is what's going to expand. If you always think somebody's out to get you, and you always think somebody's going to hurt you, and you always have to protect yourself from everything, and you always have to catch this person before they get you, and you always have to just be on guard, you are going to constantly attract that in your life. Constantly. But if you choose to look at the good in people, if you choose to look at the positive aspects in people every day, you go into the gas station, the grocery store, if you choose to let that be your dominant thought, you're going to attract more people in your life who are going to be helpful, who are going to be loving, who are going to be compassionate. If you date someone and you're always thinking that they're going to cheat on you, you're going to get cheated on. It's really your mind that creates everything in your life. It really is. It takes a second to recondition it. It really does. But that second is worth it. Okay. Tell me about the 5 of Cups here for Aries. The Hangman. See, changing your perspective. I'm telling you, this is what it's going to take for you to receive what you want. This person is constantly focused on the bad, the negative, what hurt him, what he lost, the sadness, the regret. What could he have done different? Instead of just turning around and realizing that every time you have breath, another breath in your body, you have the ability to change. But you spend so much time dwelling on the losses. And guess what? Spirit's saying, we're not going to even allow you to move forward until you change your perspective with the Hangman. Okay. It's going to feel like a stuckness. It's going to feel like things are not moving for you, but it's really protection. Okay. I mean, take that in for a second. Your spirit guides, the people who are guiding you, God loves you so much that you're at a point in your life right now that they don't want you to get it wrong again. They don't. So you're really being protected until you change this view of yourself. And we got the Death card here. Complete utter transformation, leaving all of the old in the past. I don't know who told you got to bring it with you, but you don't. You honestly don't. You can wake up tomorrow and be a brand new person. All right. And fuck anybody who tells you about you used to be this in the past. You used to do that in the past. You used to fuck them. Okay. Oh my God. I hope that this still didn't give me a flag. Hope this doesn't give me a flag on my video. I'm 47 minutes in. All right. Look at that. And then we got the 2 of Cups here. Some of you, it's love. It's a relationship that's coming in. But you know what? The highest vibration of love is not going to come to you until you love yourself. All right. And we got the Empress card here in the struggle position. We call it the challenge or the struggle position. But it is coming. It is coming. It's just a little bit delayed until you wake up to what's really important in your life. Okay, this is in the near future. The 2 of Cups could be a new friendship, a relationship, a business partner, people who are going to love you and support you in your businesses, okay, or a soulmate. But it is coming. But right before it is the Hangman. So that means that there's a pause, there's a wait, there's a delay. And that delay is in order for you to realize where you're at, your surroundings, what needs to change, what needs to be released. Okay, tell me about the 9 of Pentacles in... Yeah, didn't I say that the 9 of Pentacles over here in reverse is like something or someone that may be slowing down your abundance or things that are coming towards you. And we got the 5 of Wands. We got the 7 of Wands here. Okay. Unnecessary drama. Unnecessary drama, unnecessary effort that needs to be exerted in the wrong direction. 3 of Pentacles. Some of you, it could be the toxic work environment. Okay. The 8 of Swords here, it's literally keeping you stuck. Some of you, it's people in your life, okay? And the World card is saying this energy needs to come to an end. There's something in your environment or your energy that needs to be cleared out. Okay. Tell me about this energy for Aries and their advice. The Death card is your advice. Endings and transformations. 4 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. You want to ignore, Aries, anybody who is coming, it's distractions again. Okay. The Knight of Cups, if it's in love energy, if somebody is not going to love you at your highest capacity or give you everything that you deserve, you don't need to entertain it. Okay. With the Four of Cups here, this is also this energy of, it's kind of like the Five of Cups. But the Four of Cups is a missed opportunity. Okay. We're putting it into that with the Death card here. And you're following your dreams. There's no more sulking or looking at what happened. The Four of Cups is a reminder of gratitude. And that energy did come out in the beginning. It's a reminder of gratitude of what you have. And sometimes when you're in this energy of pessimism right here, it blocks the opportunities. And that's why we call this card the missed opportunity, because somebody is being really pessimistic here and they're not focusing on what's right next to them, which it looks like is an opportunity here to follow your dreams. Okay. With this Knight of Cups here. All right. I think we're going to end it right there. Let me leave you with a card. Oh, there it is. All right. What do we have here for Aries? Well, look at that. A lot of cards came out. Gratitude came out again. Dreams came out. A prayer card. Two prayer cards came out. So I'm going to read the gratitude. It says, thank you. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, which is a prayer. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. And we read dreams here too. It says, this is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision and you will draw success to you. All you ever wish for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest. Beautiful. All right. And this is a prayer to your guardian angel, so you can repeat this after me. It says, dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of the fear that I project on my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. Okay. That's what I have for you guys. Take care. Bye.